What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Cloud Slayer channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today is November 27th, 2023. I hope you guys are doing well. I did not practice that. I just looked at the date, but I could have butchered it. But hopefully everybody had a great weekend, a nice, safe one, and had safe travels, and had an awesome Turkey Day. And it was awesome. It was pretty fun to see some family members, some friends, some stuff like that, and get to eat and have some good conversations. Right, a little bit of traveling, not too much. It looked pretty crazy in some of those airports and stuff like that for what was it, weather delayed or something like that. So for those people, hey, that sucks, but that's just how life is. Mother Nature doesn't stop for anybody, no matter who you are. King, queen, God, don't matter, right? And various things like that. And I don't know. I had a great time playing freaking video games and stuff with my son. It's awesome. He's getting really good at doing Roblox stuff. He takes me around, shows me stuff. We do hide and seek and stuff like that. A little bit more interaction together and doing random goofy stuff like doing emotes on a house, do breakdance and stuff, and hey man, we're best friends on there. That's all that matters, and doing stuff in general together, and I think it creates a lot of great memories. It should when he gets older and when he has kids, and he's teaching them stuff. He's gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna be an old man, and I want to do cool stuff with them too. So. With that being said, when you get older, things change, it never stays the same. But when you're living in that time, in that moment, it might seem like, it could be helpless. It could be you don't know where the fuck you're going, you don't know where you're at, you don't know anything. And you're almost waiting for something to happen, right? You go from high school to almost nowhere if you don't go to college, right? If you don't have a game plan to go to college and network there and make different friends and move to a bigger city where there's more opportunities and stuff like that, right? You don't necessarily have to. There's people that go to college and where close by where they live at, and they get successful lives that way, working for the tribe, working for the government, local governments, and various things like that, being police officers and stuff like that, which is all very awesome, I think police officers are very underappreciated. That's my personal opinion, because, that's a tough job. But along with that, there's dickhead cops out there, I do say that I haven't had much bad experience with cops in my life, but I've had a couple, right? I had one where I was when I worked at the casino in the deli. I was 18, 19 years old when this incident happened, right? A cop had a bad day, and, for no reason, he comes in on his breaks, and then he's like, starts threatening me, talking to me, beat my ass and stuff like that. And what can I say, right? I sit there, and I say nothing, make a sandwich, get him the fuck out of there, but he's just talking shit the whole time, and I'm angry as fuck. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to go to jail over some fucking dickhead that's had a bad day, and just been as nice as I could, and I think it gave me deeper skin. Like, one thing that I can say that I can credit that to, from keeping my mouth shut from fucking fighting a cop or something. He obviously would have beat me because he had another officer there, and ain't nobody trying to tangle with the cops, even if they're being pricks. Yeah, that's everybody, man. They're humans as well, right? They make mistakes, and they can be assholes too, just like everybody else. Even though their job, you're not supposed to be like that, right? But some people are, man. They have a bad day. Who knows what happens? They see shit that we don't normally see, that some horrific stuff. Anyway, but anyways, he said sorry the next time I seen him, and stuff like that. Had a bad day and whatnot, and after that, every time I did talk to him, it was pretty positive interactions, right? Nice guy, stuff like that. But It just goes to show you that people have bad days too, and it sucks when they take it out on like innocent people, that probably don't even deserve it, and it had nothing to do with why they were mad, he could have been mad for something outside of work, kids are being buttholes or something, never know, but regardless, took it out on somebody else, and I don't know, it sucks, but I'm glad I didn't like say nothing. I'm glad I didn't try to do nothing because I probably would have been to jail there. They're gonna take cops' words over anybody else's words too, and that guy was there for a while, and I'm sure they had nothing but good things to say about him and stuff like that. And like I said, decent human being otherwise, but that's probably one of the negative ones I ever had with a cop. I never really had much other negative with any other cop. It's been pretty positive. Treated me with respect. I always treat people with as much respect as I can, unless if they're being assholes or stuff like that. Then I'm like, whatever. Then fuck you too. Then I'll say the bare minimum and I'll go on my way and never got to speak to you again, right? So that's who I am. If I can stay away from a conflict, I'm going to do my best to do that. Like what Bruce Lee said, that the greatest wars were the ones that were avoided, the ones where nobody had to get hurt, nobody, it was de-escalated essentially, and I liked hearing that quote, and I was like, dude, I've been kind of living by this, and it gave me more respect for a Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee in general, from a martial arts standpoint, I guess. But I was always a Bruce Lee fan. Everybody liked Bruce Lee when I was growing up because they were like, that dude beat anybody's ass. But you get older and you're like, yeah, I'm sure people could beat him up now, obviously. But if he grew up in this time period, maybe he'd be beating up other people. You don't know. We don't know. You can never compare eras and stuff like that. But what we'll go on from that is that you grow every day, you get bigger, you get stronger. Might not always get stronger or bigger, I guess, but it depends on how old you are. When you're a young guy, going from 18, 19 to his 30s now, because I'm 30 now, 31, and, it's a big leap. I feel like I'm centuries away from where I was when I was that age, my mindset, and my points of view on the world, we all change, we all evolve, we all develop differently, right? And we go through these things in life that help make us better for whatever reason, even though if they're fucked up, if they're fucked up situations, I wouldn't want to relive some of these, quite a bit of it, but I don't regret it. Right? Because it had to happen for a reason. It had to show you something. Creator, God, whatever. Your big old eyes just had to see it, right? See it, live it, and experience it, and then move on from it. And, I guess that's how champions are made. But, you know what I mean? I mainly just played sports growing up. I did my best to stay away from drugs and stuff as a kid, and it kind of changed when I got older. Like, I did have cigarettes when I was like 8 and stuff like that, and got weed, like I said, but I stopped sometime in middle school, and because I wanted to be serious, serious about sports and stuff like that, so I stopped doing it. And then in high school, I didn't touch it till I think my senior year, and then that's when I got tried alcohol for the first. Well, so I tell that story that alcohol, that was the first time I tried it because that was the first time I consumed it at that level. But the first time was my parents were having a party with my uncles and aunts at in their house down in the cities. They were all passed out, and I was a kid, and I remember I was thirsty. I was crawling. It was in the morning. Everybody sitting at this table, passed out, right? They passed out because they got so drunk. Fell asleep at the table. And then I crawled up, and I can't remember whose lap it was. I think it might have been my uncle's. One of my uncles. I crawled in his lap while he was passed out. He could have fell off his lap, but I seen a can. I thought it was a pop because I couldn't read, right? I couldn't read, but I knew it was a pop. And I was strong enough to get myself on his lap because I was at that age, but I wasn't quite at the age where I was able to read, and nobody really worked on it with me. And so I get up there, take a sip of this pop. I thought it was pop, and it was like the most disgusting thing ever. And I was like, this is beer. Like this, in my head, I knew this was beer, right? And I was like, I'm never gonna have this stuff in my life. So that was one of the biggest factors. Like I could have consumed alcohol before I was in my senior year, but I always turned it down because I remembered that. I remembered that shit, and I remember those guys being passed out and puking and shit. My mom puking at home when my dad got her back home and stuff like that, and having older hair, and they're just saying she's sick, right? She's sick. And I remember making comments about booze growing up. I'd get whipped by my mom, like, don't talk about that. You don't know what that is, and act like we didn't see that shit when we were growing up with them drinking. Everybody always smoking weed when I was growing up, But fact of the matter is, I knew what it was. I seen what it was. I didn't quite understand what it did, right? Because I didn't really experience that stuff until I got older. So as I got older and I experienced it, it's shit, right? It sucks butt cheeks, but people are gonna do it regardless. And it's no longer for me, like not getting to that state of intoxication where I don't know where the fuck I'm at, where, I'm trying to run away from something, Done trying to run away from stuff. Fucked up relationships, fucked up whatever, Ignorant, sad, because I ain't got no money, because I ain't got this, that, or another thing, and instead of working at those things, Fuck that mindset. You don't need that mindset. If you're in a mindset like that, whatever's holding you back, whatever's making you think that way, you got to stop it. You got to drop it. You got to kick that shit out of your life, Always easier said than done. I am a fucking, I'll say that till the day I die. Yeah, easier said than done. I'll probably put that on my tombstone or something. Just kidding. But, that's just life, man. You're going to grow. You're going to live. And, as long as you don't end it prematurely, don't keep doing the same shit that's getting you nowhere. If you keep doing the shit that gets you nowhere, you've got nothing. You've got next to nothing, As long as you're alive and you don't like something, you can change it. Change it, man. Change it if you don't like it. And, you can be a better person. You might been a bigger sack of shit when you were younger, but hey, you're older now, you know a little bit better, and you've seen that, and only you can change it, only you can change it. Somebody's not doing something, not contributing, do your best, you do your best to talk to them, and if they don't want to, like, you can't force anybody to do nothing, but because they're going to regret that at the end of their life, and you're going to know when it's your time to go, when those ones are older, that you did your best. You did your best to show them. Be damn proud of it. Pat yourself on the fucking back, I'll say this. I say this to everybody. I'm glad I didn't have a kid when I was younger. Almost had a kid in high school. I'm glad I didn't. I would have been I firmly believe I would have been a sack of shit, I had unchecked anger within myself, and I don't think I would have handled myself correctly. And I'm glad that I didn't end it when I was younger too, that I didn't, I thought I'd never have kids. I'm glad I didn't end it, that I continued to live. And I met one of the greatest people in my life, is my son, and I get to hold him, get to love him, and get to teach him stuff, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm gonna be the proudest dad in the rest of my life, no matter what. And I'm gonna do the best I can to help push him forward too, right? Whether he succeeds or fails, in whoever's eyes, it's never gonna matter to me like that. I'll see it as a success because that's my guy, I'll just, you can only do your best, man. Yeah. From there on out, it's on them too, your kids, your your loved ones, your family, whatever, you know. You're only one person. Only one person. So, anyways, like I said, I hope you guys have a great week, and you know, just overall, have a great week, guys. I'll see you guys next ramble, and I hope you guys had a great one. If you guys like this content, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. And to everybody that returned, welcome back, guys. I appreciate it. And shout out to everybody that I know. What up, guys? Everybody that watches us, thank you. And I love you guys. Peace.